3 things in the nail industry we've got to stop doing. One thing that's really important I see that we've got to stop doing is putting long nails on short nail beds or even bit nail beds. I will agree, it does look great, but the client cannot sustain it. So when we see those little tiny nail beds, there's a rule, and it's a third, and a third. And what that means is, I've talked about this a lot in videos, it means take the length of your nail bed from the cuticle to before the free edge begins and cut that in half. And that is the length you add on the end when you're first starting out with nails. It looks really cool. I've seen a lot of really badly bitten nails or damaged nails or short nails, and you put these long nails on it. It does look really good. I get it. But nail technicians and customers, you're going to sabotage the whole wearing nails experience if you put these long nails on. And when and if they do break, it's going to damage your natural nail even more. There's just a little tiny nail bed. It doesn't have much nail estate at all. So there's not much foundation. We don't want to put these long nails on these poor little nail beds that just can't take it. You can grow into it. So I get it when you do it like you want that length. Maybe get the nails done a little bit shorter and let the natural nail grow with the nail that you put on and get used to it. Because going from a short length to a long length right away is just a recipe for disaster. So you're going to disappoint yourself, and nail technicians, you're going to disappoint the customer if you give in to this doing really long nails on these little baby nail beds. Work into it. Let them grow. The second thing I want to talk about, and I talk about it quite a bit, actually, I've done several videos on it, is we've got to stop ripping nails, fake nails, off of natural nails just to get the product off. We got to stop doing that. I see people prying them with tips. And if you're doing it yourself, this is addressed to nail technicians and DIYs at home people. If you're doing it yourself, never rip off product. What you're doing is, if you're having to pull any little resistance whatsoever, that means it's attached to your nail and you're ripping layers of natural nail off every time you have to pull a little. We don't want to do that in any way, shape, or form. Because what happens is when you want to put a new nail on, you're putting a new nail on a very compromised structure. You've weakened it by pulling nails off. You've weakened that foundation. We just don't want to go there. So the best way to do it is to soak it off or file it off gently till it becomes a thin layer. If you have to get it all off, just file it till it comes off. If you can leave a little layer on, that's what I do. I do my nails, like for videos, 2-3 times a week sometimes. But I protect it with the keeping a thin layer of something on my nail plate. So I'm not filing right down. So really stop pulling, no nippers. If you see somebody coming at you with a pair of nippers, unless there's some lifted area that they're just trying to, gently nudge off because it's already off. But pulling off, prying off, don't do it yourself and don't have it done to you, okay? Okay, the third issue I have problems with, and this is a tough one because I don't want you to take blame to yourself. It's easy to do because we do have to look at ourselves. This is how we get better. We got to stop blaming the customer when they break a nail or chip a nail or it lifts or something, or even if it looks like they pulled it off. Even if they had pulled it off. I mean, seriously, who cares at this point? Naturally, we don't want them to pull it off, but we're not going to blame them if they've already done it. We can inform them why they shouldn't. We don't want to blame them. So there's no point in getting into a battle. So when the customer comes in and they have a little bit of a break or a full break or a lift or whatever, they sometimes can be accusatory to you because, sometimes whatever happens to our nails is our fault. So the wear and tears of their day and their week, whatever, can, put stress on the nail. So if a nail is stressed and it cracks or breaks, even if they kind of go like this, they think that flipping their hair did it. It didn't happen until it went like this. Are you doing anything different? Are you using a different product? That's what sometimes they can say, right? And you're thinking, oh, no, I didn't. I did everything the same. And we sort of take that on, but dumping it back to the customer, like, well, what were you doing this week? That's not going to work for our business. This is the customer relations, right? We don't want to go there. So in the moment, when they're there getting their fill and they break one, there's no point in getting into a situation where you're kind of arguing how it broke, why it broke, all that. But let them go on, but you're going to fix it. That's really all they want. They just want it fixed. What you want to do is examine it. Why did it break? So us as nail technicians, sometimes it's easy to say, oh, well, maybe it's, you're just really busy this week, which can happen. But still, we want the nails to be compensated for that. So if they are that busy that week and they did break one, we want to analyze it and find out why did they break it. What we don't want to do is blame them on why they broke it. And it might be their fault. But we just don't want to go there because it's really bad customer service. So we just want to examine it. And I see that maybe, I can take a look and it's a little bit thin on the one side. Maybe I didn't do it quite thick enough. Maybe I'll thicken it up a little because obviously they're really busy this week. They broke it. So maybe, if they're still traveling with their luggage, it might be a problem. So we just make that one finger just a tad bit thicker on that one side and that might eliminate the problem. So is it really worth getting in an argument when you can just really fix it real quick? It's not worth it. So those are 3 things we really have got to stop doing in the nail industry because it's really going to affect our bottom line as a nail technicians. And it's really going to affect your nails and even going back to the salon if we continue to do those 3 things. So let's stop doing those right away. And we're going to be much, much happier at the nail table.